Guys, Takashi here, and welcome to Takashi's Bizarre Adventure. So today we're gonna play Trick and Treat. Well, I don't know much about this game, but apparently it goes beyond just trick or treating, you get both. Regardless of whether you want it or not. So, we're gonna give it a try. I don't really know much about this game, except that it looks like from the description it's some kind of, maybe like a survival kind of one. I don't know, like it says like make it out, I think of a curse for something like that. So, let's go ahead and give it a go and see what happens. So let's start. Alright, let's see here. Oh, a tree. The sound of our steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal, is the only thing we can hear. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only thing that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for, or better said, for no reason. Well. We are just a group of boys, bored with our lives, trying to create a lasting memory on this night. Instead of just staying home, doing nothing. Today is October 31st. All Halloween's Eve, better known as Halloween. Three young men walk through a dark, but, up until now, nothing special forest. Me being one of them. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's not bad there isn't a girl here to see how brave we are. Singing like that, one could say that this is a meaningless effort. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49. That means we have been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. Oh, by the way, guys, I think this game, judging by when it asked me what language I want to go by, I think it was originally in Spanish. So, if some of the English is a little difficult for me to, I need to, reread it, please don't mind that. I don't know if it's, gonna be completely straightforward with that. We'll have to see. I am sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying. But once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly, we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return. I should tell them. Well, there's a fog setting in, guys. I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest becomes strange. Suddenly, a cold chill runs through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from one second to the other. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. We all stop at that moment. What's happening? I asked, confused, while turning to look at my friends. So this guy's name is Axel, I'm guessing. There we go, we know his name now. By the expression of their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then that we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from many of us. We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear, or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless, like statues, without moving or making a noise. Oh, it's without making a noise. Oh, well, you're not moving, so my statement remains. just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. What's happening? As if I could know. We heard the steps again. They clearly belonged to a human, or at least to a large animal. But there is something strange about them. It sounds as if the person walked dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Damn! Why is this happening? It makes no sense. We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it. I have the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me. My heart is beating anxiously. It's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there. But strangely, my friends seemed unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone. It must have just been an animal, said one of them, convinced that we were safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief. However, bad luck would soon strike us again. Well, that's never positive, is it, guys? Unexpectedly, the forest becomes darker than before, in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our flashlights, which went out. Of the three, only one, mine, was still working. What's going on? Did the batteries just die? Asked one of them, scared, while they both beat them desperately, as if that was going to revive them. Yes, you need a phoenix down to revive your flashlights, boys. God damn it, I just made a reference to a game I don't even really play. Well, there we go. I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone. But, after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that. Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard. But the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we are afraid. We continue walking despite the fear that invades us. Visibility is almost zero, but we have no choice. In theory, we were walking back looking for the exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest. We could be walking in circles, and I would never notice it until it is too late. I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of here. Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. We hear the footsteps of someone or something. Once more, the three of us become statues, awaiting the presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn. Get away from here and leave us alone! Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time, they do not disappear, but rather come at us. I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere, looking for the author of those footsteps, hoping for the light to reveal their identity and erase our fears. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is that all there is around here? Just empty air? My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment, the light revealed something. Quickly, I point to the same place, only to discover it was gone. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I am sure that I saw something. It was then that I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. What I found leaves us paralyzed, with an expression of disbelief on our faces. It is a white cat, with eyes of an intense red, which stands before us. Her look is not the friendliest to say to say something. I think they meant to say, like, to say the least, but, well, we'll go with that. Somehow, I get the feeling it's a female cat. Suddenly, she lets out a thunderous meow that leaves us terrified. It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us three. I fall to the ground, and little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. Knocked to the ground, and you're too late. You give survival a bad name. Okay, I lose consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen with me. To me, thank you. Interlude before night falls. Well. A black screen. Oh, we're in a room. Some kind of doctor's office, maybe? It is a day like any other. So normal that it was almost painful. The only special thing is that could be said about it is that it's October 31st. Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, or at least seemed like that. There were some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. Creativity was our costume. You could say, no matter how funny it could sound. I remember that my mother once painted my face red, and told me, "You will be the devil." The English, it's not necessarily wrong, it's just awkward, so if I change it, just mind you, that's just me being nitpicky. Sorry, it's just how I am, guys. Okay, let's see. But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was the Tomato Man. The Tomato Man, you don't say. But those things didn't matter to me, since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I am 17 years old. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present. No matter how little exciting that might be. No, I don't know. No matter how... We'll go with it for now. But anyhow. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. It just bothers me. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We are still not old enough to go to a disco. To a disco? What time period are you guys in? The 70s? Come on, guys. Don't go to the disco. Go on the internet and go on Google Maps. You know, that's what all the lonely people do with their time. And I doubt guys like us would have any luck in that environment. What? You wouldn't have any luck in the disco? Are you saying you're not from the 70s? Is that why you wouldn't have any luck in the disco? Oh man. Oh, sorry guys, we're accidentally right-clicked. But yeah, it's like the disco. I don't know. You guys can comment in the section below. Do people actually still have discos? Or maybe like outside the United States, are those still popular? I don't know, but I mean, I guess some people still go to clubs. It's not really my thing, but I don't think the discos are still around, at least not as much. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Everything perfect, except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Hey, Axel, let's have a couple matches. What do you say? My friend Steven called my attention while playing with the game console. Rush Red. I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play right now. I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring. The AI is no rival for me, Steven said with confidence. That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge Alfred, I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that, answered Alfred, doubting for a second. He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. Nothing interesting, The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he is in a Wikipedia. Yes, Wikipedia. Like, seriously, like, I don't know if, like, for you guys already do this, but when I get into a subject, sometimes I just end up going on Wikipedia, just, like, keep clicking the links to the link to the link to the link to see, like, all the related things. I'm like, I need to stop this. Schoolwork, guys! Do your research! Research your actual projects. You can't use Wikipedia for that, mind you. But I don't wanna. Do it! Like right now, should I be doing schoolwork? No, let's play. Haha, cause I'm smart and have priorities. Okay. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? More fun than looking at Wikipedia? What is more fun than looking at Wikipedia, guys? Come on, it's like the funnest thing in the world. I asked with discouragement, without even thinking about what he was reading. He was reading about the effects of hydrocarbons on the human body, and also the effect of radiation and high dosages, which are completely unrelated things, in case you want to know. But hey, you know, maybe there's a page like that out there. I don't know. I doubt it. Alfred looks at me surprised. The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. Alright, dude. Yep. Yeah. I like history as much as the next guy, but, going after all of society for that? Maybe not. He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals, always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. Oh, whoa, dude. Whoa. So intellectual. No one's ever said that before. It's not a bad saying, but it's like if you're trying to sound intellectual, it's not exactly original. He added later, "What are you talking about? This village is small, and its story is not interesting at all. Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it." What was I even trying to say there? Oh man, but yeah, I can understand not really caring about your local area's history. Nothing really. I mean, there's stuff that happened here, but I'm more interested in like older history rather than recent history, and I live in America, so everything here is recent history. Yeah. Woo. Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing that. Oh, not that I don't find American history interesting. I mean, there's definitely certain parts of it that are very interesting, especially the colonization period. That was fantastic. But what am I talking about? You guys don't care about this stuff. Your ignorance is worthy of praise. Seriously, what's with this guy? He pauses, feeling his chest with pride. The very fact it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Did you know that 20 years ago, on this date, a man disappeared? So, what about it? Yeah, people disappear actually more often than you would think. I forget the exact number, but there are a lot of people that disappear every year. even just in single countries. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would not say it's a good thing at all. It's actually pretty crazy how that can happen. But hey, things happen. I ask without being impressed or even interested in the least. Things like that happen all the time, in all places. Well, he stated quite the true thing. As I thought, you don't know the history despite living in this very place, Alfred said while adjusting his glasses in an arrogant gesture. There is a legend behind the disappearance. That is what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. It's then that I noticed that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page. What? He's not on Wikipedia? Come on. Read this and learn a little. Sorry if I'm not being consistent with the voices, guys. I'm kind of trying to figure it out. Maybe in the next episode it'll be a little more consistent. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. Also, depending on your guys' comments, it'll influence how I do these in the future. Whether I do more dialogue based or mostly focus on the story and then just have occasional comments. So remember, the feedback is important, guys. I feed off of your interactions with me. So please. Oh, and welcome to the new channel, by the way. If you're new to me completely, welcome. If you're not new to me, you've been Denver Takashi, welcome back. I hope you enjoy my Let's Play content, because that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to be reading Monster on the other page. And I think I'm going to end this episode here for now. I will continue this later. And again, guys, stay awesome. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Laters.